10 years ago, a small group of firefighters from White County made their way to Ground Zero in New York City. They drove through the night to help their fellow firemen after the attack on the Twin Towers. News Channel 18's Alex Dyro sat down with one of those firefighters and has his story 10 years later.
In 10 years, Jason Thompson has become the mayor of Monticello and added 2 new members to his family. But he says he doesn't forget what it was like as a firefighter to head to Ground Zero less than 48 hours after the attack on the Twin Towers.
Call of duty. I mean, it's just when the siren goes and 911 call comes in, that was a perfect example of we go.
10 years later, Thompson says he's disappointed to see no long-standing memorial erected to commemorate those lost.
Just like a lot of things, we tend to forget that feeling that we had in our heart and our body, even though we weren't there. I mean, everybody on that day, I mean, America stopped.
But Thompson fears a decade later, some Americans may have forgotten the grave impact of that day.
And although we are still fighting the wars after that effect, I think we maybe have come to that sense that it's not going to happen to us again. You know, how dare can we let something like this happen again? And I sense that in by the regards that people, the things they say when they have to get screened at an airport.
Thompson has since brought up his daughters in a post-9/11 world and says relating his experience of the attacks has been a learning experience for them.
They have asked questions, they have seen some things, and they know I went. They maybe don't understand the whole concept of it.
10 years later, the retired firefighter says one image of his time at the New York fire stations is imprinted on his memory.
When it really got to me is when you got there to the station and you're talking to them, and you look over and the shoes or the boots of those that were gone were still there, and they did not touch or move those.
Alex Dyro, News Channel 18.